Sources close to the family of rapper Yo Gotti confirmed the man killed outside a Hickory Hill event center is Gotti's brother.
Now, you remember that Big Jook was killed just outside of a funeral service earlier this month.
That's why MPD wanted to be prepared. They told us they put so much manpower in purpose there today. Fox 13's Walter Murphy was in Hickory Hill. He joins us live. Walter, it wasn't just MPD. There was private security there working the funeral as well, you found out.
Memphis police identified him as 47-year-old Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Mims was shot in the parking lot of Pernod's Restaurant and Event Center. Another man who was shot is still alive but in the hospital.
January 13th. 2024. The morning started with mourning. Inside a Memphis funeral home, family and friends gathered to say goodbye to Eric Boven, a man whose name carried weight in the city's history. Boven wasn't just any relative. He was a Memphis legend from a different era, a cocaine kingpin from the 1980s, who had once run the Boven family operation, moving product between Los Angeles and Memphis. He had been the former partner of Yo Gotti and Big Jook's aunt, connecting their family to a legacy that predated the rap game. Big Jook, born Anthony Mims, moved through the crowd in a black suit. At 47 years old, he stood tall, towering above other attendees. Video footage captured him approaching the open casket, his face heavy with emotion.
And like, share, subscribe. Rest in peace, Big Jook. This footage of the funeral where they attended, their Uncle Wake. You see Jook right there. You see Yo Gotti right there. Then you see Angela Simmons. You see Jook again shaking somebody's hand. Big Jook.
He embraced grieving family members, offering comfort in a room thick with sorrow. For hours, he stayed, fulfilling his duty as family. No one in that room could have known these would be his final hours of peace. The funeral ended, but the day wasn't over. In Memphis tradition, a repast followed, a meal where family and friends could gather, share stories, and find comfort in each other's presence. The venue chosen was Perignon's Restaurant and Event Center on Winchester Road in the Hickory Hill area of East Memphis. It was supposed to be a safe space, a place to heal. Big Jook arrived at Perignon's with other family members. The restaurant sat at 6385 Winchester Road, a location that would soon become another crime scene in Memphis's ongoing tragedy. Inside, approximately 200 people filled the space. The atmosphere was somber but warm. Food was served, stories were shared, and for a moment, the weight of loss felt lighter. But outside, something was brewing. Big Jook's presence hadn't gone unnoticed. In a city where visibility could be dangerous, where old beefs never truly died, and where the streets kept score, Anthony Mims was a marked man. He just didn't know it yet. His involvement with his brother's record label, Collective Music Group, had made him a prominent figure in Memphis's rap scene. He wasn't an artist himself. His role was different. He scouted talent, managed projects, and moved through the industry with the kind of street credibility that opened doors. His Instagram account told the story. Photos at music events, video shoots, concerts with Yo Gotti and other CMG artists. He lived in the world where music and street life intersected, a world that had already claimed too many lives. Just one day before, Big Jook had posted on Instagram. The caption read, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert to stay alive, watch your back at all times." In hindsight, the words felt prophetic, a warning he gave himself, but couldn't heed. To understand what happened to Big Jook, you have to understand what happened to Young Dolph. November 17th, 2021, Makeda's homemade butter cookies on Airways Boulevard in Memphis. Adolph Thornton Jr., known to the world as Young Dolph, walked into the cookie shop to make a purchase. He never walked out. Two men emerged from a stolen white Mercedes-Benz and opened fire, unleashing a barrage of bullets that ripped through the shop. Dolph died on the floor, surrounded by cookies and chaos. The murder sent shockwaves through Memphis and the hip-hop world.
So y'all? Yeah, it's over. That's your cap hoodie, is that right? That's you who you're shooting at? Alright, now back it up again. Did y'all see Marcus getting the second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out, and I knew it was shots back, I would finish you back, but there were too many cops.
Young Dolph was more than a rapper. He was an independent artist who had built his own label, Paper Route Empire, without bending to industry pressure. He had rejected offers from major labels, including CMG, choosing to do it his own way. That independence made him a hero to many. It also made him a target. The beef between Young Dolph's Paper Route Empire and Yo Gotti's collective music group had been simmering for years. It played out in diss tracks, social media posts, and street tension. Dolph had released songs that took shots at CMG. The rivalry wasn't just business. It was personal, territorial, and dangerous.
I've been spraying your bitch ass for years, nigga, the whole city know that. Ho Gotti, you was a bitch ass nigga. I just got back to the city, they say you trying to put charges on me and put the police on me. You send your little nigga out to do all your talking. Talk for yourself, bitch ass!
Because he wanted to sign me. He wanted me to come over there and let him give me some money, give me a car and all that. Nah, I don't need that. I got my own ice, real ice. You know what I mean? They rocking that fake ice. Like I get real ice, real coops paid for, titles, all that.
I see how you
every car I put it just like this, put it like this. Every car I done went and got off the showroom floor, one owner. You know what I mean? So how many?
For nearly 3 years, the case crawled through the justice system. Suspects were arrested. Justin Johnson, who went by the rap name Straight Drop. Cornelius Smith Jr., who would eventually admit to being one of the shooters. Hernandez Govan, accused of being the mastermind who ordered the hit. And Jermarcus Johnson, Justin's half-brother, who allegedly helped with the escape and arranged payments. Back to January 13th, 2024, for 15 in the afternoon. The repass at Perignon's was still going. Family and friends filled the venue. Plates of food balanced on tables, conversations flowing. Big Jook was outside, near the parking lot. He had stepped away from the crowd, perhaps for fresh air, perhaps to make a phone call. He would never make it back inside. A Memphis police officer was in the area of 6385, Winchester Road, when he heard it. Multiple gunshots, rapid and close. He immediately headed toward the sound. What he found was chaos. 2 men had been shot, both with multiple gunshot wounds. Blood pooled on the pavement. Witnesses screamed. The scene was frantic. Big Jook was in his vehicle, slumped over, hit multiple times. The officer called for backup and medical assistance. Both victims were rushed to St. Francis Hospital. The second victim, whose identity was never publicly released, arrived separately in a private vehicle. He was listed in critical condition, but would survive. Big Jook wasn't as fortunate. Doctors at St. Francis fought to save him, but the damage was too severe. Anthony Mims, 47 years old, brother of Yo Gotti, father, family man, and music industry figure, was pronounced dead. The news spread quickly. Within hours, Memphis knew. By the next morning, the world knew.
The family of rapper Yo Gotti confirmed the man killed outside a Hickory Hill event center is Gotti's brother. Memphis police identified him as 47-year-old Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Mims was shot in the parking lot of Pernon's Restaurant and Event Center. Another man who was shot is still alive but in the hospital. Tonight, police are looking for a white Ford Explorer SUV in connection with the shooting. It has dark tinted windows and black wheels.
Memphis police immediately began analyzing the scene. Surveillance cameras in the area had captured footage of the shooting. What they saw was chilling. A white Ford Explorer with black wheels and dark tinted windows. The vehicle pulled up near Big Jook. The shooters opened fire. Then they sped away. A witness on the scene confirmed what the video showed. Suspects in a white SUV were responsible. Memphis police released images of the vehicle to the public, hoping someone would recognize it, hoping for a lead. They believed Big Jook was targeted, not a random victim. This was planned, calculated, and executed in broad daylight at a family gathering. Memphis Police Deputy Chief Paul Wright Jr., a man with over 34 years of experience, held a brief press conference hours after the shooting. His face was grim. He confirmed one man was dead, another injured. He acknowledged that investigators were looking into all possibilities. When asked if Big Jook's death was connected to Young Dolph's murder, Wright was careful. "This is preliminary, so we haven't developed a connection to that at this time. We do feel like the individual that was shot was possibly targeted by the suspect. But everyone in Memphis was thinking it. The connection seemed obvious. Big Jook had allegedly ordered the hit on Young Dolph. Now, Big Jook was dead, shot in almost the same manner, just 14 minutes down the road from where Dolph was killed. The streets were talking, and the theory was simple: retaliation."
Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, got killed in Memphis.
Yeah.
After leaving a funeral. I think they said his mom was around him when he got shot.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I haven't even done my homework on that situation. It's just an unfortunate thing. A lot of people are bringing it back to the Dolph situation.
Yo Gotti, born Mario Mims, said nothing. No public statement. No Instagram post. No press release from CMG. The label, partnered with major powerhouse Interscope Records, went silent. Reporters from the Commercial Appeal reached out multiple times. No response. The silence spoke volumes. In the rap industry, where social media is everything, where artists document every moment, Yo Gotti's absence was deafening. Some speculated he was grieving privately. Others wondered if he was advised by lawyers to stay quiet, given the allegations about his brother's role in Young Dolph's murder. Whatever the reason, the man who had built an empire on his voice chose not to use it when it mattered most. January 31st, 2024. Just 18 days after Big Jook's death, his funeral was held at New Direction Christian Church in Hickory Hill. The security was unlike anything Memphis had seen for a civilian funeral. Snipers positioned on rooftops, helicopters circling overhead, a massive police presence surrounding the church. Authorities weren't taking chances. The fear was real.
Snipers, helicopters, and a massive police presence, all for the funeral of Yo Gotti's big brother, Big Jook. That's what people saw in Hickory Hill today outside of New Direction Christian Church.
Big Jook left behind his mother, Geraldine Mims, his sister Robin Chanel, his brother Mario, and countless friends and associates. The service was private, shielded from cameras and reporters. The family mourned in the only way they knew how, together, protected by armed officers and surveillance, hoping to bury their dead without becoming victims themselves. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Memphis police continued their investigation, but publicly, there was little progress. They had surveillance footage. They had witness statements. They had the vehicle description, but they had no arrests. No suspects publicly named. No justice. In the weeks after the shooting, investigators analyzed every frame of video, interviewed dozens of people who had been at Perignon's, and traced the white Ford Explorer. Behind the scenes, they knew more than they were saying. But in a city where cooperation with police could be a death sentence, where witnesses feared retaliation, and where street code often trumped the law, building a case was nearly impossible. By September 2024, when Justin Johnson went to trial for Young Dolph's murder, Big Jook's case was still officially unsolved. As of November 2025, nearly 2 years after his death, Memphis police still have no publicly named suspects. When reporters ask for updates, the response is always the same. No updates are available at this time. The investigation remains open, but for those close to Big Jook, the silence feels like abandonment. Another black man dead in Memphis. Another case file gathering dust. Another family without closure.